You know that feeling you get when something's a bit off? Like there's something just at the back of your mind you can't quite figure out, but something isn't quite right. Audi had that feeling once, and it results in a supercar, the R8. As far back as 2003, Audi was feeling the pinch of not having a super fast, super sleek supercar in its range. At the Geneva Motor Show, the Le Mans concept was revealed. It was pretty much identical to what would become the R8. Okay, it rode on giant wheels and had silly wing mirrors, but the rest is pretty much bob on for what came out in 2006. The production version of the R8. There have been quite a few versions of the R8 since its launch. You've got the V8, which is the one that started it all. That came with the engine from an Audi RS4. Then the V10, which came with the engine from a Lamborghini Gallardo. Then you got Spiders, or convertibles of both of those. Then they released sort of hardcore track special, the GT. Then after that, they released a hardcore track special for posers, the GT Spider. Audi even conceptualised an e-tron electronic version, and that apparently had about 1 billion pound per foot of torque. They're still thinking of making it. That is quite cool. The R8 has become wildly popular too. It causes a bit of a stir wherever it goes. Passers-by all know what it is and they all want a good look around it. That may be because it's got such a distinctive shape. I mean, personally, I find it very pretty indeed, in a sort of low, flat, squat, squinty kind of way. There are a few standout features on the R8. For example, the vents at the front and at the back, they change depending on whether you've got a V8 or a V10 or a GT or whatever. Also of note is the engine. Now that's on display in a sort of glass cabinet style, a little bit like a Ferrari 458. Personally, I find it rather opulent, which makes it brilliant in my eyes. Finally though, the R8's sort of flash of brilliance, its signature piece, the carbon fibre side blades. The interior is, as you'd expect, very well put together. Everything is as, if not more solid than it looks. The buttons are decently spongy, it's easy to see out of, and the seats are comfortable. What more do you need? What you need is a good drive. And with the R8, that is precisely what you get. Now the car we've got is the V8, and that's got around 424 brake horsepower, which in real world numbers equates to 0 to 62 in just 4.6 seconds, and it will top out at about, well, just shy of 190. That makes it faster than most things on the road. Really, in real world terms, it's plenty quick enough, but do bear in mind that the GT Track Special Hyper Mega Super thing will do the 0 to 62 dash in a second less, and will top out near as damn it at 200. This thing also corners absolutely wonderfully, and it does that for 3 very good reasons. Number 1, it is wide. Number 2, it's very low. And number 3, it's got Audi's quattro 4-wheel drive system, which means it just sort of sucks itself to the tarmac and won't let go. It's one of those cars that make you go, ooh, yeah, I can hustle this without fear. The gear change in here, I have to highlight that. We're lucky enough to be driving a manual. Now, that's a 6-speed manual gearbox in a supercar, which nowadays is a pretty rare occurrence. But, oh, it's good. It's a sort of open gate metallic jobby, lifted or say shared with a Lamborghini Gallardo. You can have an automatic gearbox, but really, while this is available, you've got to do it. The noise it makes as well when you change is ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. It's awesome. It's depressingly, it's brilliant in an old school way. I'm just so glad it exists. It's such a wonderful car. It was a big 2 fingers to everyone else saying, yeah, we can make the A4, we can make the A8, we can make the TT, nice little sports car though it is. But also, oh yeah, by the way, we can take Porsche on and do a really good job of it. And they've made a truly brilliant supercar. I'm so pleased it actually exists. But you know what? You can forget your GTs and your V10s. Personally, I think the V8 is the best car in the lineup. It's so happy and keen, and it makes a wonderful, glorious noise. I mean, it's this sort of amazing V8. I won't say purr and I won't say growl. It's sort of somewhere in between that it stirs the senses, really. It's just oh, what a car. What a